One of the most striking and mysterious phenomena in the life of Jesus is this: the closer someone is to him, the greater their capacity for both good and evil becomes. The intensity of proximity to divine love magnifies everything: devotion, faith, and holiness on one hand, but also betrayal, hardness of heart, and sin on the other. We see this vividly in the contrast between those around Jesus during his passion. Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, becomes the very symbol of ultimate betrayal. He was not a distant enemy or an indifferent observer. He was a friend, a disciple, someone who had shared meals with Jesus, witnessed his miracles, and heard his teachings firsthand. Yet it is precisely this closeness that makes his betrayal so horrifying. The intimacy of his relationship with Christ gives weight to his treachery. He kisses the face of the one who came to save him. The Pharisees, too, carry a grave responsibility. They were the religious leaders of Israel, men trained in the scriptures, men who should have recognized the Messiah when he came. Their rejection of Jesus, therefore, is not born of ignorance, but of willful blindness. Their sin lies not merely in misunderstanding, but in resisting the truth they were uniquely positioned to see. By contrast, Pontius Pilate, though he condemns Jesus to death, is portrayed with a degree of tragic hesitation. Jesus even says to him, "The one who handed me over to you has the greater sin," John 19:11. The Gospels seem to show that the further a person is from the intimate knowledge of Christ, the less personal culpability they bear. The Roman soldiers who physically crucified Jesus are almost peripheral figures. They act in ignorance, following orders. They are not remembered as moral monsters, but as instruments in the unfolding mystery of salvation. This principle continues to echo throughout history. Some of the world's most troubling figures, those who committed great atrocities, once had contact with faith, perhaps even served at the altar or grew up within the church. It's not that closeness to holiness corrupts, rather, proximity to divine grace heightens the stakes of human freedom. The same closeness that can make one a saint, if rejected, can make one a great sinner. Judas had the potential to become one of the greatest saints. He was chosen, trusted, and loved by Jesus himself. Yet, instead of being transformed by that love, he turned inward, letting pride and despair take root. His story is tragic not only because of his betrayal, but because of the wasted potential for holiness that his life represents. The lesson for us is sobering but hopeful. The closer we come to Christ, the greater our responsibility becomes. Grace magnifies everything. It can make us radiant with holiness, or if resisted, deepen our shadows. Our call, then, is not to fear this closeness, but to continually surrender to it, allowing God's mercy to transform rather than harden our hearts.